Hey everybody, so welcome back. So for today's project, we're going to talk about the adjusting the belt deflection on your Polaris Snowmobile. So this is going to apply to any snowmobile with the team secondary clutch on it. And this clutch can generally be found on anything on 06 and above to current models. All right, it may not be exactly this same clutch, but essentially it will be similar, and the adjustment process is essentially the same. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to come over to the left-hand side of the sled, get access to the secondary, and what we're looking at is essentially you have your center bolt that holds the secondary onto the jack shaft, and then you have the adjustment, which is a 7/16 lock nut or jam nut, and then you have a 1/8 inch adjustment screw. So the way this thing works is, as you turn that adjustment screw either in or out, what it's going to do is, if you basically turn it in, it's going to make the sheaves grow apart, which is going to essentially make the belt grow longer, right? And then if you loosen the adjustment screw, the sheaves are going to come tighter, and basically it's going to make the belt shorter. Right. So the way you want to do this is a general rule of thumb is whether or not if you're have too much belt deflection is you want to look at the belt and the way it's riding in the secondary. And right now this belt is actually sitting too far below. It actually should be above. And essentially the good rule of thumb is when you look at the indentations of the top of the belt, those should be above the rim or the outer layer of the secondary. So right now we are sitting too far below in the secondary. So what we're going to do is we're going to loosen up the jam nut, and then we're going to loosen the adjustment screw, which will in essence make the clutch sheaves come closer to each other, which will then make the belt grow tighter on between the primary and the secondary, and then it's going to come up in the secondary. So why don't we go ahead and do that now, and we'll show you the final setting once it's done. All right, so we just did the adjustment, and if we look and we see the belt is just riding above the secondary, right to the divots of the belt. All right. So one thing to remember is it doesn't take a lot of adjustment on that screw to make big differences up on the secondary. So again, all I did is I loosened up the jam nut, and I probably moved it anywhere from 1/2 to 3/8 of a turn. And what I did is I fired up the sled and I engaged the secondary and checked it, and it was pretty much spot on the first attempt, right? So right now I have the sled jacked up by a ratchet strap to get the track up off the ground, right? Because you're going to get the clutch engaged to check it, and that's going to be the best way to do it. So what you're going to do after this is once you do this, you want to make sure that you don't have too much deflection taken out of the belt. So once you think you're pretty close to where you are, put it back on the ground, set the parking brake, right, and then start it up. And because the last thing you want to do is start this thing up and then find out that you've taken out too much adjustment and the sled takes off on you. So that's just like a safety thing. And another thing to know if you've got too much tension set on the belt is you'll hear the clutch squeal in the primary when you do it. So essentially that's it. It's a pretty quick and easy adjustment. It's not that complicated to do. So if there's any questions, thoughts, concerns, comments, go and leave them in the comments box, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If you like what you saw, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you like the video, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I would love to have you part of my community. And as always, thanks for watching and have a great day.